packs, and 17 data loggers to help local agencies maintain their existing counters across the region. We received confirmation from all participating jurisdictions and have verified points of contact. As for next steps, the MOU outlining local responsibilities has been reviewed and approved by legal. It will now go through TAG and policy for approval, and once that's complete, we'll send it out to each jurisdiction for review and signatures so we can move forward with the equipment distribution. We are requesting TAG's recommendation to approve that the executive director be authorized to execute the MOU for distribution of the eco-counter equipment between the RGVMPO and the participating municipalities. Thank you.
Any other questions for staff? If not, do we have a motion?
So move, City of Brownsville.
We have a motion from the City of Brownsville. Do we have a second?
Second, Valley Metro.
And a second from Valley Metro. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passes. So go ahead and take item number 2. We have our chairperson, our vice chair. Discussion and action to nominate and elect chairperson of the Technical Advisory Committee. Michael?
Good morning, everybody. 2 years ago, there was an item before this similar body to appoint a chair and, of course, in the next item, the vice chair. And so although the policy, the Technical Advisory Committee, I was going to say SWAT. No, the Technical Advisory Committee, it technically doesn't have bylaws. So reviewing what the previous body did along with the director is that they utilize the bylaws from the policy board as a benchmark. And so just following the same process, legal also reviewed this. And so the way it would work is that the body would nominate somebody from, in this case, the Hidalgo County area. And of course, it's all the members. Part of the rulemaking in the bylaws that the policy board has is that it's a rotation. So if there is a member that has already served within that said county, that person or that agency can't serve until there's a full rotation. So as an example, if Edinburgh had already served, Edinburgh would have to wait until everybody from Hidalgo County would have served from that perspective.
Thank you, Michael. And in the spirit of that tradition, I'd like to nominate the City of Brownsville, Joel, to serve as the vice chair.
So you took number 2 or number 3?
I'm sorry. Okay, discussion, I'm sorry. An action to it says action to nominate and elect chairperson. I'm sorry, you elect the chair. I'm sorry,
Okay,
go ahead.
no problem.
So in the spirit of tradition is to nominate Ramon to the chair. My apologies. The chairperson to nominate Ramon.
Second, Edward.
Any discussion? Any further nominations?
I guess the only comment I have, do you have a list of the agencies that have already served?
It's my understanding by memory only.
Okay.
Right.
So
Just to put it on the record.
for I remember, since we integrated, Pete was the chairperson, and then JP was the vice chair. Then JP became the chairperson, and then I became the vice chair, and I became the chair, and Ramon was nominated as the vice chair. So in that tradition, I'd like to nominate Ramon as chair. And we believe we have a second from the City of Edinburgh. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Congratulations, Ramon. I'll go ahead and let you take the seat.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah.
Quit.
Ex aficionado.
Don't let the door hit you.
All right. Well,
I believe we've already covered item 4. So item 3 is up on the table. Discussion and action to nominate and elect chairperson of the Technical Advisory Committee. I think we just went over a listing of the previous inductees or the previous officers or chairperson or whatever it may be you want to reference them to or as. The floor is open for discussion. Prior to that, our nominations, and prior to that, I'd like to clarify if it's the individual that is elected or posted to the position, or if it's the agency that's posted to the position.
So it is the agency.
10-4. Thank you for the clarification. And hearing that, the floor is open for nominations.
Just for the record, do you think we could just do an official list of what agencies were done in the past? So put it in by record now.
Yes, we can do that, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with him. Maybe even-
Next meeting or?
Yeah, we can do that, and we can make that presentation to the policy board as well.
Mr. Medina, what about also in the bylaws, just a reference that even though this is the official policy board bylaws, somehow that it also flows down to the committees and stuff like that?
Right. So one of the things that we're hoping, right, because it is a standing item that the policy board has tabled, is the appointment of the executive committee. And so it'll be the executive committee's role to examine the entire bylaws, and hopefully they will also include language for TAC.
Any other further discussion? So we move forward with tabling this item? And
No.
no, we want to go ahead and, they wanted the list, so.
No, but I think it's just.
Okay, so floor is open for nominees then.
Just for the record.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
But the agency will still be here. That's why
I wanted to clarify that.
so I do, as a big surprise, I do nominate Joel for the City of Brownsville, to be the vice chair.
City of Brownsville has been nominated as the vice chair position. Any other additional
Second
nominees?
that. Oh, I think you already seconded, right? City McAllen, second on that.
It's been moved in second for the City of Brownsville to be the vice chairperson for the Technical Advisory Committee for the next 2 years. That being on the floor, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All against? Ayes carry. And welcome aboard, Mr. Hood.
Thank you. These are the chairs.
Cheers, Warren.
All right, moving on to item number 5, consider recommending the approval of amendments to the November statewide transportation improvement program, 2045 Metropolitan Transportation Plan, and the 2025-28 Transportation Improvement Program. We're going to hear from the staff on this item. Rudy, thank you.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning to all of our members. We are working to amend the fiscal year 25 to 28 STIP and our Transportation Improvement Program, the MPO STIP, for the November revision cycle. We'll also be incorporating some administrative amendments to our 2045 MTP one last time before we adopt our 2050 MTP in the month of December. So leading up to that, we went through an exercise, quite extensive, and it was adopted this past month, our leveling effort for Category 7 projects. TxDOT on their side for on-system projects has been working at the same capacity, basically going through their leveling process. So for this November revision cycle, we see projects that were previously approved by this committee and the board for Category 7 that have been moved to their respective years. We also have some changes on the district side for TxDOT projects. So everything has been included on this summary sheet except for one particular project I want to mention that we received after the TAC packet was linked, which is State Loop 195 in the Starr County area. This is a project that was currently in the MTP in fiscal year 29. It's going to be accelerated to 28, so it will now be a part of our 25 to 28 STIP. Other than that, just a few administrative modifications that will be available for everyone's view, beginning when public comment starts next week. So we'll be sending out announcements to all of our members, both TAC and policy. All of our planning partners will be aware we're looking for in-person locations. So we'll be reaching out, trying to schedule some in-person meetings throughout the area. And also, of course, as we always do, make our documents viewable to all of our planning partners and the general public. But I'd be happy to address any questions regarding the programming of projects for the November revision cycle.
For clarification, this is a financially constrained plan,
Yes, sir, that is correct.
and this is a living document, so this is not final. It's open to amendments throughout the year, and that will be available as long as the appropriate documentation, the appropriate collaboration takes place. We will be considering amendments through the appropriate means and methods.
Yes. Thank you, Chairman. That's correct. So the next available time frame to make any changes will be the February revision cycle.
The voting item. So we've heard from staff. I have a motion to accept and approve the November statewide transportation improvement program, the 2045 Metropolitan Transportation Plan, and the 2025-28 Transportation Improvement Program as presented. It's been moved in second that we accept the agenda item as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to reports and discussion, we have the MPO report for the 2015 Metropolitan Transportation Plan public comment period. Any discussion on that? Is that staff?
Hi, good morning, TAC members. I just wanted to come up here and let you guys, well, really just report that our 2050 MTP development timeline basically allows for the fact that we will be going into public comment for the draft 2050 MTP on Tuesday, October 14th. This will go until November 13th, which is our next TAC meeting. At which point we'll have a motion. We'll have an item to recommend the approval of the MTP to the policy board, in which case we are expecting the approval of the the approval of the MTP from the policy board on their meeting on December 5th.
Yeah, that's just a report. Yeah. Yep. So, Mr. Chair, if I may, just one of the things I'd like to reiterate is that during our federal review, one of the components that the federal partners had asked the MPO to develop prior to the adoption of the MTP, obviously, is the UPWP, which has already been approved by the feds. Along with that is the public participation program, as we call it, the Triple P. And for those that may not know, the Triple P is how we engage with the public. And so we wanted to make sure, because the last plan that the MPO had was a bit outdated. And so now it uses a lot of the state of practice components. So I'd like to just mention that this plan and the way we're doing the 30-day public involvement engages the new Triple P.
As far as the new Triple P, has that been brought forth to the committee? Or the,
Oh, yes, sir.
And
Yes.
we've already officially.
Yeah, so there was a recommendation from TAC to the policy board, and then that was submitted to the FHWA that have already approved that as well. So there's three major documents that the federal review examined and made recommendations. So we hit already two of the three, and in December will be this MTP.
Great. Any further discussion on this item?
If you need anywhere to host a public meeting, where Edinburgh's available.
Thank you so much.
Any additional information from staff or for staff? Thank you very much, ma'am. Moving on to report 2, project readiness report.
Good morning. Before you and for your inspection is the project readiness report. The version of this report is reflecting the project status as of mid-September. Some differences to note from the last time this presented was that it now reflects MTP amendment number 17 or the August revision cycle, whereas the previous one reflected MTP amendment number 16 or the May revision cycle. So the project list grew to 59 after adding the new projects program with category 7, and those projects are pending the initial AFA execution. Project development is progressing for many, as you'll see the PS&E percentage increasing and the right-of-way parcel acquisition also slowly but surely increasing. Over time, and similar to other MPOs, after so many iterations, we may be able to provide some level of analysis to identify trends of common project delays and, most importantly, alert the committee if any projects may not let in the program fiscal year early enough to potentially accelerate another project if it is proven to be ready and fiscal constraint is maintained. But for now, this would be the second version going into the archives. And again, we wanted to point out the connection between this readiness report and the leveling effort, and now MTP Amendment number 18. This report will continue to be maintained on a monthly basis in preparation for the February revision cycle, as mentioned. So I'd implore project sponsors to continue to communicate accurate project development with PMs so that it can be reflected at upcoming meetings. Thank you.
Any questions or concerns after hearing the report?
Yes, I do have one. I think, this tool is very useful. So as you kind of come up with the report for the month, if you could, I know it's in the agenda packet already, but if you could possibly include a printout with the agenda.
Hard copy?
A hard copy.
Okay.
For us to, for every meeting that you present this.
Right.
I think I'd appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Quick question as well. This is more directed at TxDOT. I know we've submitted everything on the AFAs. Any timeline tentative?
They're already in the queue for all the signatures on our end. But yes, thank you for being very proactive and submitting all the items as quickly as they requested. The next batch should be, I think, we're just finalizing that package. And so all the AFAs at this point are in queue either for review or final processing.
Okay.
Thank you all for your collective efforts.
Yeah, it just, I know when my mayor will see this, sees red, he's like, well, wow, what's going on, right? And so I need to prepare him like, hey, we already submitted everything. It's on TxDOT's hands now, so.
Yes, and we'll be happy to, I know you've done this well, I'm willing to offer, I know you sent an email asking us for any status on your base. I'm happy to reply saying, where they are in the process, if that helps deliver that information to your city manager.
Any further inquiries, discussion for staff? Hearing none, thank you, ma'am. Report 3, Category 10 Carbon Reduction Program, Call for Projects.
Good morning. So during our recent Tempo meeting, TxDOT shared concerns that fiscal year 27 and 28 allocations may drop to zero. This puts our fiscal year 27 currently programmed projects, which includes City of Brownsville's Southmost Nature Trail Phase 5 and City of Brownsville's bus curb cuts improvements, as well as the available funding for the CRP transit call for projects at risk. TxDOT's recommendation is to maximize the use of current funds, prioritize ready-to-go projects, and leverage other available categories such as 7 and Category 9 to keep moving the projects moving forward. As a backup solution, we've identified that there may be some additional Category 9 funding available, and we're currently working with TxDOT to confirm the amount available to utilize this funding for eligible CRP projects. We'd like to note that the Category 9 allows for Transit Flex, which could provide added flexibility. And that concludes my update.
As far as the printing on there, what is that flexibility, or is there a dollar amount approximate?
No, we're working with TxDOT to get that amount.
Thank you.
Right, Mr. Chair, so currently we have a call for $3.8 million. And so what we are trying to get clarification is the availability of the balances. Over the constrained 10-year plan, we've constrained the Cat 7, but by also doing that, we also constrained the Cat 9. However, there is still balances in Cat 9. So what we are trying to do now is identify projects that may be eligible under Cat 9 that we can take from Cat 10. That way we have a bigger pool, if you will. So if the transit agencies apply and say that the ask is 10 million, then by sweeping, if you will, the cap 10, we may infuse about another $4 million. So it would increase. If we do this, the idea with the cap 10, once the FHWA and of course TxDOT partners verify that the project is eligible, the idea is to make the recommendation to TAC and the policy board to transfer is the actual term. The FTA transfer of those dollars to FTA, and they become automatically, transferred, and they're out of our books. So that's the mindset, or at least the strategy, because our understanding of every conversation we've heard, whether at the district level or at division, is that beyond 26, the funds are at high risk.
As far as the project readiness list that we have, does there appear anything we would be able to accommodate, or is that just 7 on the project?
So yes, so we had a Cat 7 and Cat 10 call for projects. And so we saw that there were no takers for the Cat 10. And again, just a reminder is that with Cat 10 is that there has to be a demonstration of emission reduction. So that's big. So there are many MPOs out there that receive Cat 5, which is a CMAQ, right? The Condition Mitigation and Air Quality funding. And because San Antonio is now becoming non-attainment, the pool, or the accessibility of those funds is now decreasing for the MPOs. So a lot of the MPOs, what they're doing now is that if there's a shortfall with the CMAQ, they're dipping into the Cat 10 now, right? And what I've seen from the other MPOs, they're acquiring buses. So here the idea is that so that we leave no money on the table is for us to have the call like the policy board approved. And if the transit providers can submit their request, and if they're eligible, then we would be able to sweep all available Cat 10 dollars.
Thank you for the backup.
In the money, there's, for example, the carbon reduction, the Cat 10 on the bus curb cuts. I know for Brownsville Metro and the city of Brownsville, we're moving already on that project. We're taking it to our city commission for environmental and engineering. So we're going to be project ready for that. We have an AFA and so forth. So if we can see how we can get that additional funding for that, that'd be great. So just making sure that's we're moving. So yeah.
And that would alleviate a lot of the sweep or the dust in the sweep.
Right. So the idea is to see what we need to make the opportunity for us. Correct.
Yes.
And so when we identify these strategies is what are the elements that we can introduce so that we're effective with that strategy. And I think now that we've gone through the exercise and have the project readiness report, we have the 10-year plan in place, is that it gives us the catalyst now to start examining projects for very specific call for projects. So we need a list now. These are the type of projects that are eligible. And then that way we can make recommendations through this body to the policy board. That way we leave absolutely no money on the table.
Sounds like staff is going to be creating a checklist.
Oh, I already have it.
All right, big deal. Great. All right. So as long as all the boxes are checked and with a little innovation, I'm sure we can move forward on getting that swept. Any further discussion? Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to item 7, agency reports. TxDOT. Questions, concerns? Thank you for the information. That moves us on to item 8, adjournment. motion to adjourn? Second from, were you seconding or you
I
had
wanted to just
a
make a
comment?
comment, but can I still make a comment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this will be my last meeting for Hidalgo. I'll still come to the meetings because I'll miss you guys, but we also kind of rotate, and so obviously our representation in terms of the commissioners will be rotating. So I know Mr. Oh, he left. Okay, well, George Arcate will likely be the next, from Precinct 3, the next Hidalgo County representative. And so we'll work to get all the paperwork and things to you, Adriana. But I just want to tell you all that you have a lot of work. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from all of you. I'm so happy to get to know you more. I do plan to be here because if you're not here, they eat your lunch. So, but just keep doing good work. Yeah.
Thank you for your contribution and your insight. And like you said, you're just not going to be sitting here. You'll be sitting over there. But
Sit over there.
we're all a committee and we're all welcoming your responses and your,
Thank you. That was our deal. I'm
your
an alternate,
recommendations.
but I'll help George with whatever information. Yeah, but thank you. And I second the motion to adjourn.
It's been moved in second for adjournment. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. The next meeting will be on November 13th. Please plan accordingly. Appreciate it. Be safe.